Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Summy, the Pop Song Professor, and welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by talking about song lyrics. And today, we have a special guest, Mar. And Mar is actually the person who designs all of the thumbnails for this channel. So I want you guys to give her a big round of applause, whatever that looks like in comments.
Yeah, so my name is Mar, and I am a graphic designer, mostly an illustrator, but I just completed my MFA from Liberty, so yeah, that's basically it.
Mar has done a lot of really cool things. Her master's in fine arts thesis was based on like a cartoon that she was creating. Is that a good way to describe it?
It's a comic.
Okay, yes. Bigger than a cartoon, better than a cartoon.
Yeah.
But so Mar messaged me because I was putting together a video for Billie Eilish's Bad Guy, the 6 words and fewer one, and she had been designing the thumbnail for it and noticed something really interesting about how it works.
So yeah, I was looking through and I'm just like, we had like 3 thumbnails that were like all yellow, and I was like, yeah, I need another color, and that one's like the video starts off with yellow, so as soon as I started looking into the video, it's like, okay, cool, have yellow. His second scene is blue, and I'm like looking at all these different like red accents. I'm like, wait, she's talking about primaries in this. Like there's a whole bunch of like primaries in her video, which is interesting because primary colors are usually associated with heroes, especially when you put it into the context of what the song is saying, which is like, I'm a bad guy. You're like, what are you trying to say? Like if you look at heroes like Mario,
Superman was one, and then
Wonder Woman,
even Sonic
the Hedgehog.
I was amazed when I saw it because all 3 of those colors are in the costume design of like each of those heroes.
Yep, so it tends to be like main category, like main heroes are usually going to be wearing the primary colors, but then conversely, the ones that are usually wearing the secondary colors are the villains. So you have the Joker. He's usually like a whole bunch of purple, which is secondary color, like green accents, and you have mostly orange accents. You have Wario? Did I say that?
Yeah,
Wario, and although he has mostly yellow, his yellow leans towards orange, which is kind of like a play because he wants to be the hero.
Oh, because Wario, Mario. Gotcha. Okay.
So
and he's still got plenty of purple and a little bit of green, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, his accents are green. But you have other secondary characters, like the Green Goblin.
Oh, so
he's a Green Goblin, but he has purple and he has the orange accents. So basically you see this repeated motif of like, the reason why they're secondary is because they're not quite first. So like the main character is the first one, they get the primary. The secondary characters are like wanting to be the first one, so they get that like secondary color scheme.
And they're secondary because they're trying to beat the hero and be first, but the way most stories go, usually the hero wins, so the hero's first.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So if Billie Eilish were actually trying to portray herself as a villain, she would have been choosing these colors, which we kind of see a little bit sometimes. But
especially when you consider like how cartoony some of the colors are.
Yes.
It almost does feel like influenced by this very like colorful palette. It's like very bright and vibrant.
Yep. So like when she matches herself, like her singing tone with the colors, you're like, yeah, obviously she's like a villain. She's portraying herself to be, but that wasn't the case in this video. She was portraying herself to be much more of a hero with really weird accents of red, which highlighted like her bruised knees or her bloodiness and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, as soon as I watched the video, I'm like, this is interesting. She's playing with the fact that you have these primary colors, but then using the red in a very bizarre sort of way. And then when I started looking at the way that she tied in her color schemes, because she kept on using yellow, she kept on using blue, and very small pieces of red until the very end of the song where we get the shift in the music and the shift in visuals. And there's a whole bunch of red, there's a whole bunch of black, and very little yellow, but it's enough to accent the rest of the red.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, if there's any point in this video that she's actually believable as a villain, is at that moment.
Yeah, that's when she really seems like a bad guy.
Yeah.
And you were saying that there are a lot of characters who use a black and a red color scheme, and that's kind of like the rage or the passion characters.
Yep. If you have red and black, red specifically, because black is supposed to be like a neutral color, so it serves as an accent. But if you have red and black together, red is supposed to be a passion color. It's the sort of color that you see in either Huge Love or you see I See Red. It's like, I'm about to kick someone's butt. So, and if you look at that sort of connection with characters, you have the Red Hulk, you have Harley Quinn. Yeah. She has a really strong red and black color scheme. You have even the Two-Face. So like they're characters that are supposed to represent, well, they are passionate. They're really passionate, but then this passion kind of veers towards insanity, which is Billie Eilish's theme.
So to kind of review some of those colors that are showing up in her music video, in one of the earlier scenes we see her, you know, it's like, what is it, a blue background that she breaks through, and then all of a sudden it's a yellow background on the other side?
Look, reversed it. Yeah, like she's breaking through the yellow and then coming from the blue, which actually could be a little bit more symbolism from the type of videos that she comes from, because she uses white and blue.
Yeah, because there's so much blue in her other videos like we were talking about before, and now she's breaking out of the blue into the yellow place, and it's just blue and yellow at that point, but then her nose starts to bleed and her knees are scraped, and so all of a sudden we have the red, blue, yellow that you see in all these superheroes.
Yep.
Even though it seems like normally yellow's more the accent and yellow's more primary here.
Yep.
But at the same time, yeah, undeniably, all three of those colors are there. And as the video goes on, there's more and more blood, there's more and more red, which is that passion color. So it's like her true identity leaking through her nose, literally.
Yes.
Okay. And then you had mentioned that there is some green that shows up, like one of the guys who's kind of wiggling his tummy. He's got a green shirt, and then there are some people on the tricycles who are wearing green. And what does green do for us?
In this context, because green is a secondary also, and they're not specifically villains, but they're hanging out with the one who's saying that she's a villain. You have like, they're the sidekicks.
So like henchmen.
Yes,
kinda.
exactly.
Yeah. So while she's trying to hide her badness, they're not necessarily.
Yeah, they're like, I'm hanging out with a bad guy. Let's whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
I love that scene.
Yeah, the one where she's feeding the guy cereal.
Yeah, and even then you have like, this is probably the most, in that scene specifically, is the most red you see anywhere with the exception of
all the desert sands are so red, and it's just like the video gets redder and redder as it goes on. Wow.
Which makes you think about, why did she choose the red for sand if she could have gone with yellow? At this point, she's just not trying to hide that much red anymore.
A lot of yellow at first, and there's less and less yellow as it goes on, and then we get to the very end where there's that weird break, and all of a sudden now she's in the dark.
The bad guy.
It's red. It's really red. Red's the most important color, and she really has become the bad guy. It's like she was messing with us the whole time and being like, yeah, sure, I'm the bad guy, but she was doing things that purposefully would make us believe she wasn't actually the bad guy, that she was just kidding.
Yeah.
But she was telling and she was telling the truth the whole time. And then all of a sudden at the very end she's like, yeah, I'm gonna steal your boyfriend. And there you go.
I'm wearing your cologne. It is interesting.
You can't even see the color of her hair in this shot either.
Yeah, there's like literally no other, like she has a little bit of yellow, but even then it's tied in with the red. Yeah. So it's like literally just color. Meant to be red. And it's just kind of like, it was interesting because she literally grabbed the hero color scheme, like that idea of like, I'm a hero, but then when she grabbed the red, she just kind of went like, bam, nope, I am a passion villain.
Yeah, she took something that heroes use and twisted it on them. That is so cool. Yeah, all this color psychology and color research and everything. And you were telling me beforehand, like a lot of this theory, it's not just people being like, oh, hey, colors mean things because I want them to mean. Like there's research out there about it, and there's like just, we see it happening in heroes. Like you go look at Mario, Sonic, Superman, Wonder Woman, and like look, and even Iron Man too. He's got red and yellow, and the Flash is red and yellow. Yep. Man. Okay, cool.
Most of, like, sometimes if they're not using the full color scheme is because they're not considered like the main characters.
Oh, gotcha.
So like for instance, you have Iron Man, and then when he stands right next to Captain America, they make the color scheme.
Oh, together they're the hero.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so heartwarming.
Yeah, so take that, Civil War.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, this is Mar, and she is the boss of color. And I hope that you guys have learned something about color schemes and color psychology in general. Today, I think actually the videos next are going to be over your face. So click on Mar's head if you want to watch the 6 words or less video about Billie Eilish's bad guy. And then you can click down here if you want to watch the video that is explaining the lyrics of Bad Guy. So thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.